Hi there, my name is Matt Jackson, creator of QuoteCompanion.co.uk. Today we're going to be talking about Myrtle Wilson and Daisy Buchanan. They're, they're the main female characters in the book, and by looking at the difference between the two of them, you can discover a lot of the book's main themes. We're going to look at how they represent women. We're going to look at how their American dreams and what that says about the American dream as a whole. We're going to be looking at their status. We're going to be looking at their appearance, personalities, their relationship with Tom. It's all going to be covered. I'm going to give you a few quotes on each of those just so you can back it up, and anytime you make an argument you're going to have a quote to back it up as well, and at the end of this you should be in good stead to write an essay or pass an exam on either of these two characters. So we'll start with Daisy, and we'll start with their appearance. Daisy, not much talked about her appearance, often described using her voice rather than how she looks, but one of the key things is the colour symbolism of white. She's always wearing white, she drives a white roadster, she has a white girlhood, she lives in a white house, and this represents her purity, this represents her naivety, her innocence. She's a very pure character. Myrtle's appearance is obviously the exact opposite. She carries her flesh sensuously, so while Daisy's pure and innocent and lacking in desire, sensuously suggests Tom just uses her for sex. Flesh as well makes it seem that she's not a real woman, she's only there for the one purpose, and that is for Tom's affair. She also dresses in cream. Now this is colour symbolism again. It's showing that she's trying to impersonate Daisy, she's trying to wear white, but she's not quite pure enough. She's an off-white colour, and you can read a lot into that as well. Next we'll look at the two status in the book. So Daisy, obviously a very high status character. She marries Tom with more pomp and circumstance than Louisville has ever known, so she's obviously very rich. She's the most beautiful girl in this very rich neighborhood, and she lives in a big mansion, so all these things point to the fact that she's a very high status character. Again, Myrtle's the exact opposite here, though. Although it's interesting to see that there's so many direct comparisons. So I talked about Daisy's wedding and Daisy's house there, and Fitzgerald happens to give us, I say happens, it's probably not a coincidence, to give us the same information about Myrtle, so we can see the difference between them. Now, her marriage is a lot less glamorous. Her husband has to borrow a suit because he can't even afford that, and she's been living above a garage for 11 years, which is quite different from the glamorous manor house which Daisy resides in. On to personalities now. So you can see that she's a member of the upper class, she's been groomed very well, she's charming, she's articulate, she's witty, she has good manners and everything, she's sophisticated, God, she's sophisticated, um, which again is the exact opposite of Myrtle, who's violent and obscene. She's not very subtle in everything she does. She's always trying to show off. She's always trying to be the center of attention, which is again the direct opposite of Daisy's very understated, very charming personality. She reads scandal magazines, which are kind of hint at her having low intelligence and being interested by gossip, and just being of a smaller, just being a less classy lady, which I think is a fair analysis. And now we'll move on to analysing their dreams. So Daisy's already kind of living the dream. She's got everything that a woman in that society, she's living the best life that a woman in that society can have. She's married to the richest man, she's already beautiful, she's got everything she could possibly have. Life couldn't get better for her. So what does she want from her child? Well, she wants her child to have the same life. She wants her to be beautiful so she can marry a rich man as well. But she also wants her to be foolish. She wants her to be ignorant of all the downsides, because although she's living this perfect life, she's very unhappy. Her husband cheats on her. She's not intellectually stimulated. She pretends to be a lot sicker than she is. She has very little to do with her time, and she doesn't want her daughter to be plagued by all these. She just wants her to be ignorant of the downsides of her life. As you can see here, similar to Tom's restlessness, she has no purpose to her life. What should we plan? What should we do? She turns to me helplessly. She's got no idea what she's doing with her life. She's just really bored day to day. Myrtle has a lot bigger expectations of what she can do with her life. She's much more like Gatsby in that respect. She dreams of leaving the class she was born, enjoying the ranks of the upper class. That's what her life's about. She's driven by that. As you can see here, when she dies, her throat is torn open as the tremendous vitality she has stored so long escapes from her. So she's got this drive in her that's so powerful that when she dies and it leaves her, it actually rips her throat. It's interesting as well that he uses the word vitality. He uses that word to describe Gatsby's dream quite a lot as well, the colossal vitality of his dream. So I think he's intentionally linking those two characters and showing the two sides of social mobility. Gatsby as a man goes out and gets things, he gets things done. Myrtle as a woman is powerless to do any of that. She's stuck in a garage, just waiting for someone else to marry her. So that you can see a commentary on gender inequality through that. Myrtle Wilson's tragic achievement, which I think is a very sad quote. Nick very morbidly realizes that all her life she's wanted to escape the class she was born into, and that's the moment he realizes that the only way she'll ever do it is by dying. So in the end, she does get a wish. She's escaped her class, but the only way she's managed to do so is by losing her life. And just a quick direct comparison to end on then, Daisy and Tom. Again, it's interesting that there are so many sort of just direct comparisons between the two. I hate that word hulking, Tom says crossly, and she insists on it. She keeps going, so Tom tells her not to do something. She does it anyway, nothing happens, life goes on. Whereas in the scene in chapter 2, in Myrtle's flat, she says something Tom doesn't approve of. Daisy, 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 I'll save her at every moment. Tom tells her to stop, she doesn't, breaks her nose. So that's the difference between the two of them. Because Daisy has this status, she has this class behind her, she's treated a lot better than Daisy. She's treated a lot better than Myrtle, that is. If you're writing an essay about Daisy's character, you might want to check out our example essay on her. Basically what it is, I've written a full introduction, you can see it here, as well as a paragraph by paragraph guide as to what quotes to use, what points to make, and what to mention in your analysis, so you're going to get the best marks, because you're going to have a really well structured, well researched essay, and it's going to take you just a fraction of the time. All the information is going to be in front of you, you just have to join up the dots. So here's the introduction in the first paragraph, and the compare and contrast the characters of Daisy and Myrtle example essay. You can see in the introduction our essay is going to include themes like the American dream and gender inequality, and we'll be analysing techniques like colour symbolism and use of setting. The first paragraph is all about showing how Daisy is portrayed as this innocent, pure character by looking at Fitzgerald's uses of colour symbolism. You can see the quote that she's got a white dress, white roadster, white girlhood, white house, and in later paragraphs we'll discuss why Daisy might not be as pure as the colour implies. To get the entire example essay, just click the link in the description to go to our homepage, and then go to example essay page where you can buy our example essays for $5, or complete one of the special offers using it, usually just submitting your email or downloading a file, and you can get it absolutely free. It's a great resource, and I hope you have a lot of luck using it.